Welcome to Geek versus Geek, where two nerds fight to the death over all things technological. Okay, maybe not exactly to the death, but the way these guys fight, there may actually be bloodshed at some point. So let's meet our geek gladiators who'll be duking it out today. Dave Johnson is editorial director of eHow's Tech Channel. He's written about 36 books on technology and photography. Rick Broida writes for business and consumer technology for CNET, PC World, and Wired. His CNET blog, The Cheapskate, attracts nearly 1 million readers every month. Together, these guys write eHow Tech's Geek versus Geek, and today, we're gonna do that face-to-face and in person. So let's get started. Before we get to the main event, let's check in with a gadget that's been getting a lot of buzz, but we're not sure if it's worth the money, and we're calling this segment Worth It? Today we're talking about the Xbox One. Dave, do you want to start?
Sure. The Xbox One is the next generation game console from Microsoft. And the Xbox One builds on all of the graphic and performance power of the Xbox, but it turns it into this whole home entertainment system. You're going to watch TV and consume all kinds of cool, innovative content. Plus it plays games, and the games look really good. So I think it's definitely going to be worth it.
And I'm going to say it's definitely not worth it, and here's why. Here's how Microsoft is treating its customers. Let's take our game console, make the graphics a little prettier, a little better, and let's charge $500 for it. And let's make it not backward compatible, so you cannot play your existing library of games on it. The unfortunate icing on this unfortunate cake is that Microsoft will continue to charge $60 a year for an Xbox Live Gold subscription so that you can get all these entertainment hub features like Netflix and so forth. They can't just let us have them for free. No, we have to pay extra for them. Unlike with the PlayStation 4 or even the Wii.
$60 a year is
not
still
an
obscene amount of money. It's what I would expect. What do you pay for Netflix all by itself right now?
$9?
Yeah, $10, $15 a month, which is
it's $8 a month.
$100
so
a
I have
year.
to then pay again in order to access Netflix on the Xbox? It's just an insult.
So what's the bottom line? Is the Xbox One worth it?
I am going to be buying one.
And I wouldn't buy one with your money.
Well, there you have it. One says yes, one says no. What do you guys think? Let us know on Facebook, Twitter, or email. Today's topic, should drivers be allowed to use cell phones in cars? Rick?
I do feel very strongly that cell phone use in cars does need to be legislated, does need to be limited, because it's dangerous. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I was texting.
You're not driving a car right now.
I didn't hear what you were saying.
Exactly.
I don't understand why we need to legislate things like no texting in cars, because virtually every state has a distracted driving law to begin with. If you get in an accident while weaving a hat or, you know, like brushing your kittens or something, you're at fault for having been driving distractedly.
But very few people kill people while shaving your cat, or whatever you said, whereas many people do get killed by drivers who are texting.
What if it turns out 6 months from now that we find out that people are getting into rabbit shearing accidents? Are we going to create a special new law that prevents rabbit shearing while driving?
What is the harm of having a law on the books that says this is against the law? What's the harm in it if it raises awareness?
I don't think that the purpose of laws is to raise awareness about things, because if that was the purpose of laws, the state legislature would be passing laws letting people know about the fact that Amy is having a garage sale down the street. But I am just a little concerned about the slippery slope argument, which is we pass laws prohibiting texting while driving, and then a legislator decides even hands-free is potentially dangerous. Now there are laws that say you can't use hands-free devices either, and then that means I can't use my phone at all.
You know, texting while driving, there's really no gray area there. It's just common sense. You're taking your eyes off the road.
All right, well, I think I'm ready to declare a winner. I am gonna go with Rick.
Oh!
I'm going with Rick on this argument because I personally have almost killed multiple people while texting and driving. So Rick, I'm going to call the winner. Ding, ding, ding for Rick. What do you guys think? Do you think Dave won? Do you think this is all a bunch of kerplooey? Let us know. We want to hear from you on Facebook, Twitter, and email. Hey, have you ever played that game where you try to pick the one album you would take with you if you were stranded on a deserted island? It's kind of a moot point now that we can fit every song ever recorded on your cell phone, but that concept is the principle behind Desert Island Tech, where Dave and Rick try to pick the one essential piece of gear that they couldn't live without this week. Dave, do you want to start?
Sure. This week, I've got this little guy.
What is that?
Which is a Freedom Pop. It uses the Sprint wireless network to give you Wi-Fi. So I can take this with me, turn it on, set it down. It's got a battery in it, runs for hours. And as soon as it connects to the network, I can have myself and all of my best friends all connecting to Wi-Fi through a cellular network.
So my Desert Island Tech item is the Samsung Series 9 Ultrabook. For years I've carried around nothing but big, chunky, heavy laptops, and this is so thin and so light. It's fast, it boots up in seconds, it shuts down in seconds. It is just a wonderful machine, and so
Can I feel how light
this
it is?
I must have.
It's thin enough. Like, look, on the edges here, you can like chop onions or something with it.
Does it have a disk drive? No.
It has an SSD, so a solid-state drive. And
Samsung, it's Korean. Like something else here. Now, if you guys were stranded on an island together and he had his Freedom Pop, would you let him use your laptop?
I think we'd have something of a standoff there, because
If we're on the island, he only gets to use my Wi-Fi if he collects coconuts for me.
Well, that about does it for us here at Geek vs. Geek. Thanks so much for watching. What do you guys think of the show? We want to hear from you, so let us know on Facebook, Twitter, or email, and we will see you next time on Geek vs. Geek.